He said was, not is, Goober.
Said was? Yeah, okay, Nutty 817. He was a brighter mind than you and anyone in your family will
Why are you
ever
getting
be,
so defensive now all of a sudden?
Because he's Stephen fucking Hawking. He's a great guy.
Okay.
Sorry, my autism doesn't... I don't get to pick my autistic battles. My autistic battles are chosen for me.
Okay, alright. Well, that was actually a pretty quick round 1, standards considered, so we'll see how round 2 does. Alright, otherwise, do you have any plans for after stream, or are you just gonna go to bed?
I'll probably go to bed, yeah. I might work on some armor missions. I've actually gotten back into a bit of a groove with it. I've written down a 3-part mini-campaign focusing around Operation Serval, which was the 2013 French counterinsurgency operation in Mali.
Cool.
Which is, yeah, it's really cool stuff. Did a bunch of, just binged a bunch of documentaries about it, and yeah.
Are you gonna run that in the Sunday morning stuff for Cadian,
Probably, yeah.
or okay,
Probably
cool.
Sunday morning stuff. I've been trying to like workshop some ideas and then you know, kind of bump them up for Cadian's numbers, but I just haven't finished any of that yet.
Understandable.
What about you? You gonna play some DayZ after this?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do some
days.
DayZ stuff, just run around Essaker, because people have asked if they can kidnap me, and I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll do it at this time. So we'll see how that goes while I'm pretending to be a schizophrenic with chat directly controlling the schizophrenia itself. But I've been working on some new campaigns. I've got the Argentinian map they added. I've been taking some great interest in that because there's a campaign I've been wanting to do for a while that needed a map like it.
Nice.
So now I'm building something off of that. So it'll be pretty cool. Vietnam era, but I've got Nazi German kits, I've got Soviet kits, and I've got US kits. And it's the premise of what if enough Nazis were able to get to Argentina and establish a puppet government there.
I was about to say, why are there Nazi German uniforms in Argentina? Oh. When the transfer student is fair-skinned and has blonde hair, says they're from Argentina.
But no, that's one I've had on the shelf for like 2 to 3 years, but we finally have a good map for it. I'm going to be honest, like, I want to say at least 30 to 50% of my shelved ideas are literally because I'm waiting to find a map that would be good for it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's absolutely fair.
Daddy's trying to convince me that you don't exist.
God, sometimes... No, that's way too dark. That's way too dark where I was going with that.
Oh, the DDoS is still happening? I don't know. I think someone's been trying, but it's been very, very minor. I would argue maybe only a DOS level. Maybe it's been a DDoS, but the amount of information they've been sending has been very, very low. Because I've seen what they've been doing to TSB and OFCRA, and I've seen the effects of that based off how much data they're sending. I've been seeing some slowdowns here and there during the EU branch, but it wasn't nearly as much as it needed to be to knock the server out. With over 120 people, mind you. So it should be easier to do. So I don't know. I think someone's been trying, but it's been a really pathetic level of attack, which indicates to me it's not the same person that's been doing the other two. But I know that the one DDoSing OFCRA is more than likely different from TSB because they're doing 2 separate types of attacks from 2 different sets of IPs. But
well, something like this, I'm sure, spawns copycats. You know, people trying to hop in on that quote-unquote infamy, I guess, is a better word than fame. But
well, it's like, whatever. I mean, I'll just cycle some IPs and issue will be solved in itself. So The only
Speaking
way.
of solving issues, I'm gonna go get a drink. Unless.
Okay.
I totally cut you off, didn't I? No,
Have
continue,
fun.
please.
No,
Please
go
continue.
get your drink. I don't give a shit.
No. No, I'll get it while we're loading or something, or during safe start.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Cyber defenses are all up over
the.
the west now. Yeah, I'm not going to get into why, but I think you all know why. And yes, Ilbanek, I heard you had like a new record for OFCRA players last time. That was pretty cool, man. Hope it keeps up. What we're going to do is I'm going to record the session for the next 3 weeks, and then, you know, by then the DDoS stuff will die down, then I'll come back.
Hopefully,
but
yeah.
I've been talking with NASA just to say it's, yeah, NASA's a player in OFCRA, but I'm pretty sure, like, I gave him my evidence of, you know, what I think's going on and yada-da, but I think it's just someone disgruntled with OFCRA itself and just using what was happening in TSB as a cover, because when I actually looked back at the dates OFCRA had been DDoSed, it's been an on and off thing for the past 2 months, whereas the TSB one started 3 weeks ago, and that one we're going to pretty much be done with next week because I'm going to do a few things to fix that, and that's all ready to go. I just needed the proof to then go to the administrative heads and go, all right, I need to do XYZ because XYZ is going on. So, you know, life stuff. Jared, thanks for the 33-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations and I hope you get a nice kick out of this Friday Night Fight stream. Yeah, right out, Obanak, right out. Nice, Ilbanek. Well, I hope next week's is just as good. Ilbanek, I do the PvP stuff because I choose to. I don't really make anything off of the PvP stuff, because that goes all on a separate channel. If I really just followed my income, we'd be doing a pay for pain every 3 weeks, and I would be doing Daisy streams every other day and similar games with jump scares. That's where all my real money's coming from these days. Beyond that, yeah, no, I just, how do I put it? I make money from like 7 or 8 different things right now, and no single one can pay for all my expenses at once, but any 2 of them combined can pay for all my expenses. I just choose to do what I want because I would consider that I've made it at this point. What about you? Oh, no, you probably want to get a drink. So I just choose what I want because I enjoy OFCRA. I enjoy Friday Night Fights, but I could walk away from it at any time and it won't hurt me because, again, it's tied to a YouTube channel that only makes like anywhere from usually around $100 a month. I would say it's my biggest effort job though, because I have an entire channel dedicated to it, but I do it because I want to. You know? I am looking into a way to do merch though, because I have a lot of funny ideas. How about a patented Lance Corporal Liru pickle jar? We'll release 1 a year. It'll be sought after. I don't know. I'm just coming up with stupid shit at this point. But all right, round 2. Let me go ahead and turn off voice acting. There we go. And the round has officially begun, so I'm going to hot mic here just so I can make sure Barb stream also knows what's going on. So, mission info here. This mission made by Maz. It's the Serbian River. Background is late 2022. Ties between the United and Serbia have broken down after an incident at the border of Croatia and Serbia. In a long history of bad blood, the Serbians have decided to invade Croatia. Area of operations: hills, towns, urban, river, all the good stuff. Mission rules: D6 parachutes are reserved for air crew only. Game mode is add sector. They are sequential. Oh.
Have we had that before? Because I don't know if we have.
Yeah, usually it's called rush then instead of add sector. So what sequential means is...
Well, rush is also like terminals.
Yeah, but it can also be sectors. So what it means is sector 1 is the only one up for grabs, then sector 2, then sector 3. So they have to be taken one at a time. They can't be taken in any other order other than 1, 2, and 3. So that's interesting to see. Otherwise, mission variables. The max view distance is 938 meters. The fortify points are 938. That's an interesting choice. 130. Yeah, my bad. Oh, good God. Imagine
But
938 build points. You could just build your own freaking fob at that point and then some.
Build a Tower of Babel. That's my favorite thing to do with Ace
Tower of
Fortify. Or Ace Fortify, yeah.
Oh my God. But otherwise with that, mat settings, both sides have Mazes. Both sides have 2 AT rounds per Maz gunner and then 2 additional in the assistant. Going ahead and looking over at Blue 4. Blue 4's Croatian Army kits. Loadouts are going to be consistent with VHS's. I personally hate using the VHS, but it's a 5.56 platform, and hopefully it'll serve them well. They got Glock 17s, Mini-Me's, and Mags for the support weapons, the light machine gun and medium machine gun, respectively. Light anti-tank's going to be the M72 Law. The sniper gets the M48-5. Suppress shooters get a choice of the Mark 14 or the SOCOM 16. Crew and aviation get a Scorpion or the VHS rifle. Nothing on Clute Roo served weapons. They have 2 Navstar M2 MRAPs, 2 standing static cords, and a BRDM. Otherwise, looking over at Green 4 here. Green 4 have the CS 2010 Serbia N Army Oakley, Afka, Mulf Age by Az.
Age.
Real quick, for Green 4, it looks like their DMR is going to be the M76s. Looking back at the uniforms for Blue 4, looks like their DMR is going to be a 416 with a marksman scope. So 30 versus 10 rounds, but Blue 4 get magnified optics, so they got ACOGs or a 230, but they've got 5.56, and then Green 4 is going to have the 7.62 by 54 rounds for the M76, but they also have the PSO scope and a 10-round magazine compared to the 30. But anyway, weaponry for the Serbs are going to be M21, which are, I was told, 7.92 by 60 or 7.62 by 57 or some weird caliber like that.
No,
so I've been wrong the entire
those
time.
Should be 5.56.
That's what I thought too, but people were telling me otherwise last round. So might just be on me. But I thought I could have sworn I saw people able to use M21 mags in like other 5.56 guns.
It's in 5.56 by 45.
Yeah, it is in 5.56. All right,
that's a dirty liar.
All right. So 5.56 with a CZ99 handgun. Support weapon is the M84, which is probably going to be with the 100-round boxes for the PKs instead of the special M84 250-round belt. I love that thing, but it's so massive. An FN mag as the
that's why you love it,
MMG. Of course, you would say that. The RBR M80 as the light anti-tank weapon. Sniper gets the M24, and then the suppressed shooters get a choice of the suppressed M92 or an M14 with a suppressor. Crew and aviation, either an M21 or an SA-58, which, again, Scorpion, just with a different name. Assets for Green 4. They get a PTS, a pontoon tracked APC. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Is it even an APC?
It's listed as a tracked APC under category, so
I guess
I'll go for it. It can float though. That's the best part about it. So it can float vehicles across. 2 PKM Humvees, 2 transport Urals, 2 KVPT Vodniks. The difference is KVPT, they have the 14.5 millimeter gun with the 7.62 coax, where if it were a PKT, it would only have the 7.62 by 54 guns, and usually you have to turn out to use them. 1 UAZ Dishka, 2 transport Vodniks, an M2 pickup, a transport off-road, and an HT-48, which is just a fancy way of saying an MI8. Nothing else here of use. Do you want to go over roster information and AOs, or what do you want to cover?
I'll just go over AOs again if you want to do roster.
Okay.
You're generally more experienced with that.
All right, so looking over at Blue 4, Bacon-flavored Ivan's going to be ground commanding. Mountain is going to be the medic for the platoon here. X-Ray is going to be led by Crab, Naders, Green Shade, and Falcon under him. I love crabs. Nourish crabs, though. They're nice and fat. Tasty. Naders is going to be the sniper. Green Shade going with an M14. Falcon going with the SOCOM 16. Indigo Fox going as Alpha HQ's lead. Banks going to be one of the crewmen for the Navstar. Alpha 1 being led by Anderson, head honcho for the NA branch. Nemesis under him as a machine gunner. Muniz, Arcor, Wheaton, Leclerc, Bohemia community manager there, and Martin all under Alpha 1. Drake leading Bravo HQ. Bravo 1 has Thorn leading with Cosmonaut, Miller, Maverick, Cox, and Cool Breeze. Under that group, Bridges leading Bravo 2 with Warwick, Wiki, Fist, Pronix, and Typical. under that group. Vagrant, looks like they've merged the Charlie groups all under one squad, so Vagrant being the squad leader, and since they're starting to get one of the nav stars, I can't tell who the team leads are, other than Genry is at least one of them, but they're with Wolf, Fathead, Zombie Sniper, Jokro, Wise, Wayne, Fetty, and Tychus. Maz leading Delta HQ with Bayant. Ash, interesting, Bayant has a T. We'll see what he does with that. He is also carrying a Cord Static with him. That man does love his fixed weapons. Ash, Kabooey Face, I always say it wrong. It's Kabooby Face, but I always just call him Ace instead. Loki Chow, Artisan, Gary, Korvac, Steve, and Space Cowboy Carl under him as well. Jumping over to Green 4, we have Despo leading with Timek as the 2 IC, Sam leading X-Ray with Seismo as the medic, Lolo as the sniper, Blam as the 2 IC for the group, Revanche and Tilster both taking suppressed Mark 14s. Chadwick being Alpha HQ's lead, Gur leading Alpha 1 with Ravemaster, Bobby, Killer Wolf, Steck Pro, Zeast, and Iron Sob. Lurch leading Alpha 2 with 2D Rot, Mito, Ozzy Wookie Savan, and Stretch. Bravo 1 being led by Hazaya with Skirt and Borvik. I don't see a Bravo HQ, so it looks like there's going to be led as teams. So Vivid leading Battle Beeve, Crazy Kanuk, Tanaka, Techniker, Reckless, and Heinrich. These are the Coalition players. Nielsen leading Charlie HQ, Charlie 1 being led by Chine with Norris with a machine gun. Yes. Man, he always gets great kill streaks with that machine gun. We'll see what he does today. Herb, Sablon, and Sholand all together. Wells leading Charlie 2 with Carlson, Montgomery, Drake, Snatch Goblin, and Eagle. McSwagger leading Delta 2. It looks like they've merged everything under Delta 2. Interestingly enough, because we have a squad leader and then 2 team leaders, Pierce and Ilbenex. I don't know who's squad leading and who's commanding. And the prediction is up. Just refresh your page. Otherwise, White, Waldo, Zoc, Ace, Matlock, Jones, Saddam, N1, Chaos, Arcane as the other team lead, Ilbenek. I might have said Ilbenek was actually Arcane, but Ilbenek, Kazuki, and Potato all under that group. And then Hotel Flying is going to be Chult and LeBroy, but I'm pretty sure the HB48, whatever they call that designation, doesn't have any guns. So it's either going to be for transport or for target saturation, but an MI8 or any model that's renamed isn't going to be good for target saturation because those KP TVs, those cord statics are going to absolutely tear that thing apart. So
absolutely. And hopefully, because it'll make for good content.
You want to go over the sectors?
Let us do that.
Go ahead.
So this is going to be a attack defense sector. Pretty much what that means is that there are 3 sectors. They have to be taken sequentially this time. Sector 1, then Sector 2, then Sector 3. As long as Blue 4 is alive and conscious inside the zone, it cannot be captured. As soon as that is not the case, any Green 4 member, as soon as they walk into the zone, will capture it immediately, and it cannot be captured back. We're starting to see people pile into this first sector, which is the factory. This one, assuming Blue 4 knows where Green 4 is coming from, I mean, well, yeah, no, never mind that. Just whatever the case is, this is not a good place to defend. It is pretty much encircled from its southeast to its northeast-ish, because of the elevation. If Blue 4 were to set up on this ridge and hold this ridge, then that might be decent. But the amount of manpower that would take, the opportunity cost behind it, I don't think it's worth it. But yeah, Green 4 would definitely be able to come over the top of this ridge and start to engage pretty much top down onto a lot of the defenders.
The one caveat to that, though, is it is all open ground on this ridge. There are a few bushes or whatnot, so Blue 4 could put a machine gun and entrench an area to the southwest to cover it, but I do agree with you, and I think Blue 4 is agreeing with you as well. They teleported up here, but now they're starting to move over to Sector 2 instead. Granted, yes. I do like the internal structures of these buildings here.
Oh, I do too.
That could really work out for them, and I do like the fusion of it's 2 different assets. One's a factory building, one is a collection of I guess catwalks and ladders, but the interior is kind of cool because that'll also let you capitalize on some of the windows from this internal balcony, but there's no cover. They'd have to build their own sandbags on it, but that's pretty dope.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, absolutely.
But carry on. What does Sector 2 look like if you're done with Sector 1?
Yes, that should be it for Sector 1. I think they could also get on top of the smokestacks, but that is, of course, pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah.
Moving on to Sector 2, the administrative building. is what we colloquially call a school building. It's got a rudimentary kind of bit of fencing around it, but otherwise it's a pretty open design. Lots of, obviously the big rooftops would be good for some suppressive shots, but they run into that same problem, especially in regards to the hill to the northeast. It's actually not too great of an angle onto this compound. But something about this, I don't know if it's how open it is or what, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't think this one is particularly a great spot to defend either, but if I had to pick between the two, I would definitely pick the administrative building, because at least with that, it's more easier to build on the roof or reinforce the key positions. But yeah, I think utilizing the surrounding buildings and not just holding up in the main building is going to be essential to holding this point. They could definitely use those Navistar MRAPs to help with that, be a bit more mobile and a bit kind of a bullet magnet, if you will, I suppose.
So I know the one issue, since this is an older map, is that not a lot of the buildings are enterable, so it's going to be a lot more outer street fighting. But I mean, I'm also seeing a lot of infantry starting to pull back from this sector as well. See that?
Yeah, there's like barely anyone up at Sector 1 anymore. It's just Mountain and Arcor. So they may try and do just maybe try and hold them off and just buy a couple minutes of time, but they're not going to get much. We do see some people hiding in what buildings they can, but yeah, this is Ibistrica. This is not Chernaris.
Yeah,
this is just an old segmented part of it. And so because of that, yeah, it's just
2 minutes.
Legacy assets. Not all the buildings are rentable. Anyway, moving on from that to Sector 3, where everyone is now kind of congregating.
We're seeing them starting to fortify on top of one of the buildings. They got a cord static, and they're digging some sandbags around it, which is pretty nice.
Korvac with the cord static. What will he do? But this is the warehouse, both the north and southern side of the track. So we have the actual train hall, the railroad tracks, and that warehouse with the reinforcements on the top. We see a lot of them starting to get up here now. So we'll see how big they build up this defense. This is a custom placed building, so I would assume that it is indestructible. We will see that when the time comes, I suppose. I mean, this one, honestly, pretty good. The approaches from the north and the northeast are very wide open, not quite plains, but at least hillsides.
Yeah, I am starting to see that too.
Provide much more distance that Greenford would have to cover before they could really get into a firing position. And if they get caught out of position, that would be very, very unfortunate for Greenford.
Two things I'm seeing right off the bat real quick. Sector 1 had 2 guys that were going to stay in the sector. Not sure if they're going to stay in there. Actually, I was thinking maybe they were going to stay in the sector just to prevent it from being capped. We see Wise chilling in Sector 2 as well, just to prevent any speed capping from going on to at least slow them down. I also saw the MRAP on the MSR. I thought it was going to move immediately up the MSR to where Greenford is attacking from to get a guaranteed counterattack early on to try to disable Vix, but it looks like it's pulling away instead. I would completely recommend that for Blue 4 to do this round to see what they could knock out by just driving an MRAP and just doing a MRAP up and doing a Thunder Run, but looks like they're abandoning that idea. Unfortunate.
Maybe.
But
yeah, very unfortunate.
Mission starts.
Very interesting to see that kind of play. And yeah, we are starting to see back at Greenford spawn, we see
they're
those
using the Vodniks across. It's a good call.
I don't think, are they even using that pontoon boat? They have a technical on it, so I think they're gonna have someone drive that across and utilize that southern bit of land. I think that's a bit of a misplay because, well, they can provide supporting fire from across the river.
Oh my god, no. They're going to have the pontoon techie on the...
No.
Yes.
No, shut up.
Despo, please tell me you're going to drive that.
No, Timek better not drive that right now. It's going to blow both of them up.
Now get on the 50. Oh, man, that's just a super weapon.
I'm willing to bet that the simulation is disabled on that techie for armor purposes.
No, I saw the gun move.
Oh, god damn it. Don't tease me like this. You know what happens when you tease me.
I know.
Regardless, Alpha of Greenford is actually utilizing the railroad track instead of the road, which is an kind of interesting call. But they do be zooming. They are zooming right down this MSR. And yeah, I'm just as surprised as you that they're not using one of those MRAPs
to counterattack.
Either set up an ambush or to counterattack.
Bar bunk. Yeah, right. So I'd imagine they're going to dismount at the railway station and then move it on foot because they don't want to push the vehicles directly into the town. That's just, you know, dedicated to get AT ambush. But at the same time, they're actually driving off the road, up the ridge. They're trying to switch to the SSR instead.
Yeah, and utilize this higher terrain, which is exactly what my fear was in regards to Sector 1.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what they do with that once they get on the SSR. Because they do have, yeah, that full squad of 14 or so people.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, that team that crossed the river, they're still trying to get moving. Those Vodniks, not quite as good going uphill. They're great on flat ground, though.
Yeah.
There will be a minute before they get in position. Are any of those the... well, there's 3 of them, so one of them has to be the KPVT. Yeah, actually both... we have 2 KPVTs. So, yeah, 2 armed vehicles that should be able to give a really good bit of long-range fire. And then once they see the opportunity, they can also cross that river by themselves and either go on the beach or actually, yeah, it's really just the beach anywhere on that riverside.
Yeah, so they're actually dismounting very early off. They got those guys up the ridge, as we mentioned, and now I think we're just waiting to see a little bit of maneuvering. Blue 4 just focusing more on making sure all their defensive lines are okay, making sure everything's all set up the way they want it. They're having their recon element advancing to the northwest to north right now. It's interesting. But otherwise, we're just going to wait for Green 4 to deploy their forces proper and maneuver around accordingly. Pontoon boat has crossed. But I really do like the utilization of the Vodniks and the pontoon boat here with the river. I think that's a really cool feature to see. I was telling this to Dream. Actually, no, it was with you in the last round when Nemesis chose that one building for the cache site. That was a really nice curveball. The curveballs tonight have been pretty cool, and I hope we continue to see that.
Yeah, it does take a bit of creativity and inspiration, but when it happens, and when it happens just right, we get some really magic stuff. So Green 4, they've actually deployed their X-ray team on foot, and they're going to try and get, looks like a position up on the rocks, at the very least to do some recon. So that should warrant some kind of faster response from Green 4 once they get a better idea of the AO. At the very least, they report that they don't see anything.
I think my one fear here is the unit divide. I stated I had that fear last round. It worked out for the attackers in that case, but here you got the river barrier, plus you are forced to attack a certain sector, which could really limit what Green 4 wants to. Speaking of what Green 4 is doing, they deployed a helicopter air assault team in Pusta, literally on the top left corner of the map.
Well, they've got about a click to walk before they see anyone. So that's a lot of time. I mean, I'll
weird choice.
I'll reserve my judgment because the last time in the first round, we made that same call of what the fuck are the people in the north doing? They need to hurry the fuck up, and they came
at the right time. Now here's the issue though. That's an infantry group, and to get into any AO, they have to cross a big open field. So it's a kill zone. I've seen this AO done multiple times. Every single time, the open kill zones where you don't have any vehicles to work with, unless you literally do a massive smoke charge and Blue 4 isn't directly shooting at you or not paying any attention to you, that's the only way you're going to be able to get through this open area. But we're hearing some gunshots now. KPTV, I think, was firing up at this hill. I'm not sure if they spotted Wise, Leclerc, or Anderson here. I don't see any skulls.
Now. Wise getting hit.
Yeah.
Good shots from
no cover here. He's getting stuck on a bush.
Yeah, that
the
is just a
tactical
very
bush roll.
Yeah, that's not very tactical.
Wise finally noticed. That push isn't going to stop bullets, Wise.
Might stop them from shooting if they can't see him.
That's what you gotta hope for at that point. Oh, Leclerc. Oh, God. Yeah, the Bohemia guy.
Yeah,
Being the first one to get knocked out in this round. That.
Oh, wow. There's some gunfire. I wonder if I could. That's very.
All right, he wakes back up.
Yeah, he does
That's
wake
good.
back up. That's good. Yeah. Wow, really good like eyes from Mizuki here. Just has a great spot with that Cobra. He's really, I mean, and all it is just the skyline. So he's shooting at. You know,
I just want to say for the record,
what is
if you have the community, one of the community managers here from Bohemia, maybe don't shove him on the front line. Put him somewhere in the middle, but not the front line, man. What if he gets killed early on?
And here come those KPVTs firing in unison from up top. And I think AT went out as well, trying to hit that Emma.
Just above it, blew the building out.
Yeah, and a bit more damage would have taken out Vagrant and Genry. In fact, still might. 50 Gals trying to fire back, and I think, yep, that's the driver just got sniped out.
Nice. More AT being fired. Hits. Driver dead. The gunner is returning fire, but the gunner isn't getting an angle, and yet he is dead.
He is not returning anything anymore. He's not returning his calls. He's not returning fire. He's not returning to life. So good start here from Green 4. Early pressure is really starting to make Blue 4 turtle up and taking, at the very least, decrewing one of the MRAPs because engine is still running. That thing is still very much able to be crewed, but no crew left in it.
The trick here, though, is how does Green 4 capitalize on this? We need to see the groups that aren't under fire start moving into other sectors. So the northernmost one needs to start moving into Sector 1. Delta 2 needs to start coming up the road. Bravo 2 needs to keep this suppression and this distraction up to allow Green 4 elements to push in. The top left group for Green 4 needs to keep coming down. And I also noticed X-Ray and Platoon HQ are all the way back here. They have a 100-meter swim they could, actually less, like 90-meter swim they could do. And then they can get in the rear of Sector 3 and come all the way in. The one issue with... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I believe they have one of the Vodniks up there. Sam was driving one earlier. I don't know where he stashed it, but there should be one around here somewhere. In fact, it's just to his south on the other side of the river. So they could
just use that for a quick clearing, but the one issue with Blue 4's defensive lines is the lines are very short. So when Green 4 separates all these forces out at all these different angles, they are still close enough to directly support each other, where if one side starts attacking one group, that group can get stressed by another group of enemy forces coming around. Even though they're all being treated as separate enemy groups, they're still in positions to support each other based off of the design of the AO. Because normally, with plans like these, Green 4 would be a lot more spread out, but because the AO is so small in the town of Electro here, it's enough to cause them all to support each other. I heard the chopper get hit, but it's good. They also have the back open, so I have the sneaking suspicion they're going to let the second guy on the chopper shoot from the rear of the helicopter, because that's what they've been doing when they don't have any guns.
Well, the helicopter klaxon is blaring, and the Roy only has a Scorpion, so I don't know if it's going to be much use firing that thing out the bag. So we'll see what they're able to do. I'm not sure what exactly the helicopter is yelling about, but it is going on those distraction runs that we do see. So it has outlived its usefulness and is trying to just be a distraction now. Otherwise, that group from the north has finally, they've gotten pretty close to the AO in general. I think they're going to be waiting for Sector 1
this is going
to be
a long
captured
round
first before they move any closer. And yeah, this team, they're starting to creep out of the forest now, but I think they're starting to take fire. Yeah, Alpha 1 way in the town. Anderson has some kind of angle on this force trying to move in, just with his collimator sight. He is able to spot them out.
I do agree. Heavy gun placement will be very good. Where vehicles are is going to be really
obvious,
important.
very open hillside. Because like you mentioned, Those hillsides and open
We just have to
areas
see
are
it.
just death waiting to happen.
So Green 4 is opting to swim it, but we got the Blue 4 sniper all the way down here. He did a look around, didn't find anything though, so he's going to actually run north. Interesting enough.
We do also have Falcon way on that northwestern side where the Green 4 group is kind of encroaching on, and I believe he is one of the suppressed
Curious to see if we'll
shooters.
find Green 4 command.
Considering he was sniper last round. Yeah, he's got that suppressed M14. And now we're seeing a lot of fire. Actually, I think some friendly fire too. Both sides are shooting at Green 4 Bravo across the river. You see Waldo there in one of the Humvees firing up there with the PKT. His driver has been shot out somehow, even though it's an up-armored Humvee.
Excuse me. So we got Green 4 Delta starting to come along the coast. That could be really risky because if they go too far on the coast, they're going to run right into Bravo Blue 4, and Bravo's going to be able to pick them off in the open. Charlie coming around this other side again. I'm worried because we got the two suppressed shooters, one of them being one of the best players on the server.
Ooh, here comes Green Shade solo crewing the BRDM. He's got a KPVT as well, and he's now scanning for targets.
Yeah, I feel like Blue 4, they know that there's another attack wave coming. They've seen what's coming. They know it's not big enough. They're a little perplexed here because they know there should be more, and I think they're still spread out right now trying to find where those additional forces are. Or they're just really going to focus on the Sector 3 defense, and whatever happens to Sector 1 and 2 is just inconsequential.
I think that's
exactly
what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're pulling back. They've already pulled back from Sector 1. We had Anderson trying to support from a distance, but now they're abandoning Sector 2 entirely. I think they're just doing a bit of a layered retreat, a bit of a fighting retreat, which is, in this situation, I think pretty smart. They, Green 4 has a good base of fire across the river with two heavy machine guns firing at them. We have, that force moving along the beach, and Anderson absolutely has called out that force to the north who is trying to encroach on Sector 1. So I think they're, just consolidating their force, and will be just trying to shore up their defenses more as they wait for that mysterious large attack to come in.
All right, so Green 4 commands crossed. X-Ray's gotten in a VOD. They're probably going to do a quick cross here. I'd imagine we're probably going to see Green 4 X-Ray meet up with Charlie elements to try to back cap Sector 3. Now, of course, they can't actually capture it until Sectors 1 and 2 are taken, but one of the best strategies you can do is if you have a force pulling back to reinforce the final sector, get your forces in there before those reinforcements can come in, and then take the other two sectors and just daisy chain them off while Blue 4 is caught in a transition phase. I don't think Green 4 is going to be quick enough to do that, but at least the attempt should throw Blue 4 in disarray and weaken their defense lines, as a lot of forces in those defensive lines from Sector 1 and 2 desperately try to pull back to cover against those smaller forces.
And to address what's that, yes, I know that base of fire doesn't mean anything if your forces are moving, but I'm talking from the lens of Blue 4. They have, by now have recognized that Green 4 has that base of fire across the river. There's Sector 1 being captured now. Like I said, it only took the one person, so now that has been captured. Sector 2 is now active. We're starting to see 82nd Cab and 1RW push in towards that sector. But yeah, from the lens of Blue 4, they're trying to really...
they put explosive traps in there, but it wasn't enough. Yeah, it's a matter of when you have a sector like that, if you're going to rely on explosive traps, you have to put them on the edge of the sector where you think Blue 4, or excuse me, your attackers are going to come in from. If you put them internally, that doesn't matter, because if you have no one in that sector and someone just walks in, touches it, they can immediately leave and nothing's going to happen. That's one of the biggest misplays I still see in FNF a lot with explosive traps in sector defense.
And the best solution for that is, in a situation like this where you're so far removed from your explosives, get a spotter.
Yeah,
get someone up on a hilltop or top of a building with some
in a bush, that's all you need.
And just mark it. Yeah, or even a bush.
Yeah. So one quick thing I want to point out here. Green 4's only taken a few casualties, but Blue 4 have lost half of their Charlie squad. And taken like 1 or 2 casualties in other spots. So Green 4 is still pressing that number advantage pretty hard. Meanwhile, look at this transition. Green 4 is moving the Vodniks for Bravo over to where X-Ray and Platoon crossed. So they're going to start attacking the rear. They're going to do a pincer maneuver on Sector 3. Charlie's been spotted, though, and already being shot at, and the 2 suppressed shooters are in perfect position to flank.
Oh, look at this. This is what Falcon's been waiting for. See, this is what I wish he had. It's the same situation with round 1, where he's in a great flanking position. Round 1, he had the sniper, but this time he's got 20 rounds of 7.62, semi-auto, suppressed. This is great for him. There's a lot of potential here.
So he's scanning back there. Crab's in a bit of a better position. Green 4 is about to reinforce with the other team for Charlie. You got smoke rounds being fired, and the helicopter is flaring, so there's a lot of distraction plays going off here. That's Alpha for Green 4 firing all these smokes, too. So just a lot of dazzle here.
Ooh,
but I do appreciate it.
HQ's Vodnik, it missed. So it stays alive, but I don't even know where that AT came from.
There's another one that hits.
That hits, destroys the Vodnik, and I think kills at least one person from Bravo.
Bravo decided they didn't want to go all the way around. They really should have to minimize that distance in the river because you're a sitting duck in there. So at least one's going to cross, the armed one, mind you. But, yeah, that was a bit of a mistake.
That shot was by Bay, by the way.
These were both of the armed ones, so one of the armed ones was destroyed. But, yeah, good shot by Bay.
Very good shot.
I do like how the Mi-8 is flying. It's flying low, quick, but in angles that are still far enough away from Blue 4's gun emplacements to distract them. There's Sector 2 taken, and now you're going to start seeing this transition of Green 4 attacking this one AO from multiple sides. The northern attack, where they have an open field, I mean, I see Charlie as just a harass and support group. X-Ray coming in, they just got a kill on a Blue 4 guy. Bravo's going to come in and attack from the south as well. But I think Charlie is purely a distractionary force. So even if the suppressed shooters come around and get the kills, I don't see how this is following through. And even then, Crab and Falcon, they're a bit out of position right now. They still don't really understand where Green 4 is at the moment. But I feel like Blue 4 is just slowly getting encircled here.
And I'm not entirely sure they realize it either, especially with getting that one Vodnik. He's going to call, hey, that Vodnik is down, but he never saw that second one, who has already landed and dismounted its infantry. So they're contributing to that southwestern push that I really don't think Blue 4 are ready for. Now, it is worth mentioning, I don't know if you, did you mention the Blue 4 BTR or BRDM?
It's being solo crewed. I heard you say that, but where is it now?
Yes, it is dead. And it's dead. The solo crew is dead. I don't know what hit it. All I saw was a smoke sack and went, oh, okay.
So I think Blue 4's main threat right now is X-Ray and Bravo coming in from the south. That is where they're weakest. That's where Green 4 can immediately get in and sneak into this position. Granted, Blue 4 has really strong players here. They got Bayan, they've got Maz, and a lot of players still saturated on the zone itself. The secondary attack, though, from the northeast, that I think is going to be able to break through the Blue 4 defenses if given time, but there's just a lot of heavy hitters on the south of this Blue 4 objective that I think are going to be able to weaken that internal defense enough so that by the time Green 4 breaks through this other side, they'll be able to get in, because we're already seeing Blue 4 on the fire station, for example, taking heavy losses here.
Yeah, and there's just so many avenues of fire.
Still not seeing what we need to here from the two suppressed shooters.
Grab cover and provide a return fire that's effective. We do have a lot of smokes going out on that northwestern flank.
Man, trying to find timing.
Falcon is now trying to make a play. There's a lot of action. He's decided now is the time to push, and I think he's right on that.
All the smoke and crossfires. He could do a lot of damage here if he's very quick and quiet with his shots.
There's one.
Yep. Sure, some explosive traps detonated. That was on the fire station. Z's threw an explosive satchel and blew the building up. Only Muniz and Wheaton are still alive. Great explosive play there. Z's about to be caught out by Wheaton, but he manages to get into the building in time. Wheaton, though, getting flanked by a Green 4 Vic. He's forced into cover. Those are the PKT Humvees coming in, and that heli is still flying over.
Crab just opened up. He has an unsuppressed VHS. I think he got a kill, but the rest
Wheaton's
of that
head just got blown off.
Should try and react to that, I believe.
Crab is on 2 kills, though. Falcon on 1. They're slowly starting to piecemeal that Charlie group for Green 4.
Yeah, just gotta be careful of that unsuppressed VHS. It's gonna draw a lot of attention. And yeah, look at this green fort force in the east. Now they're pushing in 2 separate columns, supported by that armored.
But Mune is in a great position, flanks 3 green 4 guys and manages to get shots, taking 2 of them out. Killer Wolf, meanwhile, like right next door. No one's found Muniz yet, as I think he just got a 3rd kill.
We're just trying to peek.
Yep, he's on 3.
A good shot.
Great flank by Muniz there.
Oh, Techniker, right as he tried to throw a grenade, looks away. Heinrich, able to get 2, but
throws a grenade and blows the, causes the roof to come out from over him and kills himself with that grenade throw.
I think that was actually his buddy who threw that grenade and dropped it when he died. So that's technically green on green.
AT just came in and took out the other Vodnik.
Yeah, so this is some really good reactions from Blue Fort.
That I believe was Bay. Yep, Bay on 2 kills now for vehicles.
The southern threat and turn their focus back to the east. They should be able to hold.
Engine down for the MI8. It is attempting to auto-rotate, coming in a little hard here. Nope.
Ooh, just a bit too rough.
Meanwhile, it looks like Green 4 counterattacked and killed Crab. Falcon dropping his gun. Oh, he's dead. Falcon's dead. Falcon gets a kill. What?
Gets 2.
And then he gets knocked out, I think, from a friendly, potentially? I don't know what happened there, but...
I think a friendly is...
damn.
Yeah, Cosmonaut, he's been spraying up into these woods.
Muniz getting taken out by Rave Master and Zeast here.
Fuck.
Floating
yeah, Falcon
body.
and Crab really doing work.
But Hell Knight Inc., thanks for the 23-month resub. I hope you can join the operations. I do hope you can. Nice kick out of this scenario.
Back up. Snatch does.
Maz flanking around and eliminating more of these green 4 guys. Actually, no, he has no kills to his name. There's just a lot of bodies around him. But I think he's about to get him. Timex looking at a different direction. Despo's medicating.
Yep, this is his time.
There's the double kill.
Nope.
Despo immediately gets off of the medical and just sprays Maz down, but Maz was able to knock Timex out. There's Despo getting the double tap.
Nice. Depso again, I believe, yeah, he is Green 4 command, so good play from him.
Falcon double tapped on the north. Looking at the AO, Green 4 still has this number advantage, but Blue 4's holding a lot better than I thought they would.
Yeah, as the situation has unfolded, we've seen a pretty even split, all things considered. Blue 4, they need to eliminate one of these fronts, however, and I don't think it's going to be the eastern one, so it's either going to have to be the northwestern one or the southern one. I think with the proximity of Green 4 to this objective, they're going to try and take care of the southern one.
There's room now for Charlie to do a smoke rush to reinforce Bravo for Green 4. It's really all just internal security now of the sector and then a few outskirts forces. So I see Alpha and Delta pushing through that with what they have remaining.
Claire on the MRAP. He's got the 15, he's got Green 4 command right in that sector. Green
4 doesn't seem to have any AT, but they could snipe Leclerc off. Vids gets shot from across the way. That was Pronix. No, that was Typical. Actually, neither of them had the kill, but it was both of them firing. But that's because Vids is knocked unconscious.
He's not dead yet. Leclerc's attention is dragged the wrong way. Depso, he doesn't see Depso because
headshot on Leclerc.
Headshotted by Depso.
You're right, by Despo. Leclerc got headshotted by Despo. My bad.
Yes, and he's dead. Yeah, he is absolutely dead. Leclerc could not see Depso because of the gun shield that was in front of him. And so Depso got just the crown of his head. Very nice. All
right, Green 4, they're pulling the rest of their forces away from the office building here. Looks like they're going to try to mobilize everything they have remaining. But Green 4, I mean, they look a little scattered on all these flanks. Blue 4 still having a pretty strong defense here. We'll see if these trickling in of forces are able to do a lot of damage to Blue 4's actual defense. Helios now getting on the gun and looking around.
Yeah, so he's going to try and just hold this as a solo crew and just use it as a up-armored static. Alex is trying to watch the northwest. He's really the only one for this northern group looking that direction, as we do have Timex.
Ooh, Helios firing at Blue 4 guys. A little confused on the PID here.
Yeah, Fog of War, he doesn't... Oh!
Someone just headshot him?
Snipe from, I believe that was Lolo.
From where?
Across the river. 650-meter shot from Lolo.
Damn. That was a good shot.
Very nice shot. And Tymek is now going to be able to get up, clear that MRAP, and he will try and push in.
CQC, there's a little bit of blockage here, but otherwise it's all fair game.
Tymek, the timing for Tymek. So
oh my god.
It's perfect.
Oh my god.
Neither Fetty nor Gen. Oh, Tymek tries to go back down. They're being distracted by the incoming fire.
Oh my god. Yes. Yes, whip around and get them both.
He's gotta get Fetty. Can he get Genry with the transfer?
Ran out of ammo. He went for Genry and then went to the other one because he was shooting. Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh my god.
The ladder creep though just casually starts climbing back down. I was like, give me a sec. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I don't think he wanted to risk hurting himself and getting crippled.
I guess. That's fair. Still, good effort from Green 4 coming in. They're really trying to win this. Blue 4, they've holed up pretty much. We got 8 people in this warehouse building, so this is going to be their Alamo. And again, Green 4 has to clear out this entire group if they wish to actually capture the sector, which may take more manpower than they have.
We are starting to see Green 4 regroup around Sector 2, so they're going to try to get that force in. Blam, though, he's going to walk right on top of some of these Blue 4 guys. He's body looting, though. I don't think he realizes that he is in the middle of a really bad situation.
Oh, here comes Blom creeping up on Typical and Pronix. Typical, I think, heard the footsteps.
He just got a headshot on Typical. Typical had no ammo, though, so now he's quickly reloading.
Tosses a frag, it bounces way off. That's a better
Low
one.
frag, yep. Typical going right on top of that frag.
Right on top of it.
Blows him away, knocks him to his feet, and Blam comes around and double taps. Pronix getting some great shots on Blam.
Yeah, and he's going to have to limp away. That geometry from the collapsed shed really fucking with him.
Yep. Blam breaching again. Doesn't notice that Pronix has folded a little too far in. Pronix folding in, getting a few shots on Blam's hands. Pronix coming up to finish the job, and there's the headshot.
Nice. Very nice. Here comes Waldo.
Good finish.
As that happens. And they're going to try and roll up with that PKT Humvee.
And do what?
Good question.
Knock over all the walls. I like that, though. Knock over the cover, you know, make it more open. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a legit.
Henry gets blown up by a grenade. 8C just came in.
Yeah, from Cosmonaut. Just misses the tail end of that Humvee, piloted by Waldo. And that grenade might pop the tires. Nope, no dice.
Oh, Genry's gonna get run over here because...
That's BDM.
All right, here's the deal. It was a body ragdoll, but they couldn't tell it was down. So he literally woke up as, that was Pierce doing it, as he woke back up. And by then the driver was already committed. So I wouldn't make that an issue for VDM. That's just unfortunate circumstance. And then Martin just kills Pierce right there, so it doesn't matter.
Pierce tried to GPM with a direct, but missed, and it went way far. I don't believe this building can be blown down. Again, it is a custom-placed building as if we look at the map, so generally speaking...
Throw satchels through the windows that are open, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't even know if a satchel would clear up to those windows. Those things are heavy. Maybe a charge.
Charges, you're right. Charges would be better.
We do have now a bit more organized force, because Green 4's downfall here lately has been just piecemeal attacks. They've gotten pretty up to the building, they've worked around the outside of the building, but they haven't been really effective.
Suki just
I think now, with how disjointed Green 4 is, if they don't wait and fully regroup, then I think they're going to lose. We do
Close
have that
fight, 20 minutes remaining. Still go either way.
Yep, could still go either way. I agree.
Despo, Skirt, and Boro now coming around. Because the thing about this building is you got to clear out the interior, but then there's also some dudes on the roof. It's just Steve up there now, but you still got to go up to the roof.
He's got 3 dead bodies to loot from, so he's probably got plenty of grenades. He's got the GL as well. So he's probably got a bit of an armory going on up there.
Green 4's got a lot of manpower to still work with, though. The remains of Charlie have done their smoke charge. 4 guys remain.
Yep. And now these guys in the east, about a squad-sized element coming in. They're still getting engaged and suppressed from that northern group. Cox, Miller, and Maverick really punching up outside of their weight class.
Wiki trying to hit this large group. Brave Master has no idea where he's being shot from, so he's suppressing into another friendly element. But that triggers them to do a smoke push, and now we're just having a lot of green force starting to trickle into this AO. Blue 4 might get swarmed if they're not careful. They do still have some outskirts forces on the north and southern sides. If they fold in while that attack's going on, they could get a lot of kills and potentially stop this entire green 4 attack.
Here's Snatch and that Charlie 2 group. They've gotten really close to the sector and are trying to hit that northern Blue 4 group from the other side. And it's doing a good job in dividing their attention. We have Wiki way out in the open. He's getting engaged by Gur.
He gets caught out in the open and taken out by Gur. Someone needs to go up and double tap him. But if Wiki was able to get past that bush, he probably would have been able to take out Ilvanek before Stek Pro and Lurch countered. So I think every man at this point is going to help make a difference. So
absolutely. It's at that point in the match, like you said, less than 19 minutes remaining. Here comes Miller coming around this gate. Wells is trying to do medical on Goblin as he holds security, which is very smart. And Miller runs out of ammo way too quick. Snatch
didn't check his mag. Miller was in the open. Snatch had some cover. I mean, put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, exactly.
Grenades being thrown into the compound. Grenades being thrown out of.
Ooh, Maverick with a good shot. And now we're starting to see the assault in that main warehouse. Depso pushing in on the southern side through those kind of side roads.
You got Naders in the back line over here. He's the sniper for Blue 4.
Depso goes down.
Might get some good shots.
Charge in the room that Depso was in. I think finishes him off.
More satchels being utilized. Blows a hole in the wall.
Gary with that 240, really doing work, but here comes Skirt on the flank. Can't quite get him in time. And Gary's gonna load a fresh box.
Grenade blows Wells' face up.
Ooh.
Ilvanek gets flanked and taken out by Carlson. That was a bit of green on green, actually.
Yeah, just Cox left for that northern group. Maverick is still up, could wake back up, but for now he's down. This group in the south, they're really clearing that southern flank entirely. They don't want to be caught out from a firing position in that industrial infrastructure, which is very smart.
It's about 7v8 or 9 or 10 right now in Green Force favor. Skirt running in, tries, gets the knockout on Gary. Grenades being thrown to the corner.
Should be far enough away from that. I think he takes 1 piece of shrapnel. Skirt.
Ooh, the trade!
Beautiful trade.
Green Force just needs to trade at this point, though.
Yeah, it's just Space Cowboy Carl in the low rooms and Steve on the roof. That is it. Gary could wake back up. More charges going out.
I could have sworn this building just changed damage textures, but I don't think so. Skirt fails his wake-up check. Gary fails his wake-up check.
4AT now coming in.
Yeah, so both snipers are still alive, and they're just outside this AO looking in. Space Cowboy's gonna bathroom camp. He's trying to V into the little stall, but he can't seem to do it.
Yep, I think he's trying to grab that.
There we go.
Yep.
Bathroom campaign.
Yep, with a machine gun.
With a machine
Just
gun.
Like Full Metal Jacket. Steve's tossing grenades off the roof.
Smart call.
Yeah, very smart call. Trying to keep Green 4 at bay. Maybe he's lucky and gets a kill or 2.
I mean, you said earlier he has an arsenal there from all the other friendlies that are dead, so just keep chucking.
That last one was really close to me, though. And now he's tossing smoke, so I think he's out of frags.
Cox gets Carlson.
Nice. And Cox is technically in the zone as well. Steve, though.
Steve, I think, got his head blown off.
Yeah, he got his head blown off, but I think by Stek Pro over there across the way.
Yep.
Even height. He gets taken out. Now it's Space Cowboy Carl and Cox who are the only ones in the zone.
Zeus throws an explosives charge. I'm not sure if that explosion is going to bleed through the wall because it's right next to Space Cowboy. It does not.
No way. Not in this building. Realistically, yes, even the shockwave would liquefy his insides, but this isn't real life. This is Arma.
It is now 4 versus 9 in Green 4's favor.
Yep.
We do have naders. He's gone prone. Right behind some of these Green 4 guys. Could start sniping. Misses.
Stack Pro goes down to Maverick over on the north side. Or Satchel's going out. Just none are effective. It's really unfortunate because these are in decent positions, but they're just not being effective.
I do appreciate the caution they're doing on this breach, though. They know it's going to be held a breach, but thankfully there's no one in here other than Space Cowboy.
Ooh, there's Zeist. He opens the door, Space Cowboy, ready for him.
Oh my god. And he goes up, shuts the door. Oh, a satchel gets thrown in. Space Cowboy forced to run out. Takes out quite a few before he's down, and that's everyone out of the zone.
That's everyone out of the
Carlson
zone.
Carlson woke back up and took out Cox, and Maverick was outside.
Yeah, Naders is way outside too. GG to Green 4. Well fought. Incredibly well fought.
Oh, that was brutal.
Oh man, that satchel was hilarious.
The anti-camp box, also known as the satchel charge.
I mean, yeah, the spicy present.
The spicy present.
All right, round 3.
Ooh, Sanagasta.
Sanagasta, Pampa de la Vidua, La Rioja, Argentina.
This is the map I'm doing a new campaign on.
Hell yeah.
So I'll be curious to see how FNF handles this mission. All right, changing up commands here.
Yep, I'm gonna run some ads and change my commands. So we have 103, so it'll probably be about 55 to 45.
What are we looking at?
Blue 4 attacking Green 4, rush, terminal rush on Argentina. I'm gonna type out that whole map name too, just to be fancy.
Green 4 has... six static M2 turrets. Interesting. It's a lot of firepower, but then again, Blue 4 has quite a bit of firepower itself, but interesting. DayZ is going to be after this stream. Speaking of after, I am going to BRB 1 second.
Go for it.
1 second.
Oh, we had to apparently reload the map. So I really hope that Liru comes back so we can get his slot. So that is, Huh. Weewoo! Come back to me, please. I need you in my life.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? Woo. Almost back. Give me one more minute. Whew. All right.
Welcome back, Liru. You should probably retake your spectator slot because they had to reload the mission, apparently.
Of course they did.
Yep. I'm just surprised no one took it from you.
And I just gotta play Daisy early. It doesn't really matter to me. Just want to make myself some coffee because I felt myself nodding off. But after I do this, I want to go and whatchamacallit?
Play more video games?
Edit actually, because my drive's just starting to get full, and then do more research on potentially getting a computer. Because I'm debating right now, do I get the computer now or should I wait like half a year, get a little bit more in finances, truly build like myself a schedule of what I want, and wait for the 400 series to come out?
Oof. I think for the 4000 series is going to take a little while to come out. Like it's going to take more than just a year or so, or half a year, or whatever you said. I think that wouldn't be bad to wait a while, but at the same time, I don't know, because prices are starting to normalize.
Yeah.
For GPUs and other computer, components. But we are also having to deal with 7% inflation right now, which is, going to have a very real impact on buying things as large as, $2,000 graphics cards.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know when where's the inflation going to go? It's probably going to go up more before it decides to go down, let's be honest.
Oh yeah, if you're talking about rate, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. Well, the Fed is trying to do stuff to combat it, but I think it's really going to take a lot more than just mortgage rates to bring down inflation.
We'll see. I mean, I'm still running a 1080
See.
Ti, but again, like some of the changes I want to do is get a new computer, turn my old computer into a stream computer.
You going with that?
I am going to go with that. I think that is a great idea because it'll help me further optimize everything. But that'll let me tackle, you know, more next-gen games, and I can start diverging into other things that I want to do. Because again, all I really do these days is what I want to do anyway.
Which is great.
So it wouldn't hurt to diversify the content even more as long as I keep up with everything else. Trying to think what else, but yeah, go for the computer, do a total rebrand, step away from OpChan, step into something that's my own OC, but you know, in OpChan style. Get some custom Twitch panels, overlays, especially for PvP stuff to make it, because I fell in love with what ESM had, and I want to bring that to OFCRA and FNF, and maybe even a few other things of what I do, depending on where I go. And then
there's a few ways to do it. I as far as those overlays and like tracking the score, I had a very basic thing set up with
what's that? Yeah, go ahead.
With Titans, where it was essentially a manual version of that same script. So like when one side scored a point, I would hit a key and that would knock up the score at one point.
Yeah, exactly.
But it had like some keybinds that you couldn't change that overlap with like ARMA camera controls. So that kind of sucked. But other than that, yeah, there are definitely ways to do that without having to code it as directly as ESM did, because I don't think many communities would be willing to put in the time or effort to incorporate that.
Oh, I understand that. Yeah, it would be more so just like a custom overlay for myself, the PvP. Yeah. I could use a Stream Deck to manage those buttons, you know?
True. That is very possible. That is possible. I need to look into more of doing that too, because all I've really got for it is kind of turning my webcam on and off, and then doing the funny voices now and again.
Yeah.
So like if I wanted to do this. Well, wait. I don't think I even have voice mod coming through. But
you're echoey. I can hear you.
Oh yeah, there you go. But yeah, there's a lot of really fun things to do. It's just a matter of really looking into it and seeing.
But then the last thing would be looking back into FaceRig and getting something like that for certain events. Not all of them, but some of them. Because then I'll have the computer processing power to handle something like that. So.
Yes.
But all of those are expensive, you know. So I gotta look into that. But the silver lining though is if I go really expense heavy this year, because taxes murdered me last year, I can, write those all off and lower my monthly income and pay less tax. So
yeah, keep those receipts, mark them off as business expenses. Absolutely.
See, and then people are giving me recommendations, but here's the thing, like, because I'm trying to budget something where I can handle all of these things, guys. So I have to really research just how everything works, and it's also going to depend on how advanced I can make certain things work. If I also want to go back into VR, try that again, because I've been hearing about some really cool, crazy things happening that I might want to look into. So it's just a matter of what do I want to do? What systems will I need to do it all with, and how can I make it all work? And that's just going to take me a few weeks of research on and off. So
yeah, that's the real kicker, is getting everything to work, especially in tandem with each other. But yeah, dude, that all sounds fucking amazing. I wish you only the best with all those. I'm also I'm trying to do the same thing, because at least with rebranding and stuff.
I'm thinking though, for the overlays and whatnot, if you like what I get, I can send you the artists, and we could collab some stuff for FNF. I know, like for the NA branch, it's up to you. Maybe custom stuff for AFI, like anything else that comes out too.
Yeah.
We can come in looking somewhat professional.
Yes, would love to do that. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely with you on rebranding and kind of making things your own. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Erwin, but the implications. Some of the implications.
You want to start going over the AO? I got to run out the
regardless,
prediction.
we are in mission. If you do want to go over blue 4 first since they're attacking.
Can you go over the brief? I got to write out my prediction real quick.
And yes, Liru the VTuber is coming.
Don't tell him.
Liru?
Sorry, I guess you can't hear me. I'm making my prediction right now. Don't tell him about that. And yeah, go over the brief right now. I'll be with you momentarily.
Yeah. All right, mission brief. U.S. forces have gotten intel intel of illegal servers run by Argentinian rebels. To ensure they're closed down right, they need to be done in order. Objective buildings are not indestructible, and remember not to build on roads and entrances. This mission is by Arcor. Game mode rush. Mission will go into overtime at the final terminal if the final terminal is being hacked. Hack time of 90 seconds and 3 terminals. Maximum view distance is 750 meters. Defender 45 points, 125. As far as Matt, Blue 4 get Moz and Independent get RPG 32s, only AT rockets.
All right. Going over the roster here, so the attackers are going to be Modern Marines, Woodland Camouflage made by Maz. Loadouts are going to be M16s and M4s. Glock 17 for their handguns, M249 and 240 Bravo for the support weapons like machine gun and medium machine gun respectively. Light anti-tank is going to be an M136, single shot disposable launcher. Sniper gets an M2010 ESR. Suppressed shooters get the choice of Mark 14 EBR or SOCOM 16 both 20 round 7.62x51 NATO battle rifles with a suppressor on them. Crew and aviation get the choice between an MP7 submachine gun or an M4A1. Looking over at the CSW, they have nothing on that. Assets, they get 2 transport Humvees, 2 transport trucks, 4 more transport Humvees, just a different type. These can only carry 5 people compared to these other ones, which can carry only 5 people as well, according to the roster. I also get 2 M2 Crow systems, so the gunner doesn't have to be turned out to use them. So a Crow system's really, really nifty. Because you can hit a button, it auto-ranges the rounds for you. You don't have to manually aim it for yourself. I'm hoping they unscripted the thermal vision out of it too. They sometimes forget to do that on some of their weapon platforms. But otherwise, it's literally just a point-and-click adventure. Super accurate. You can use it like a heavy machine gun sniper rifle. It gets very, very messy. So I'm going to be really curious to see these in action. They also got 2 AAVPs. The GMG has been unscripted, so it's not a Mark 19. It's going to be a 7.62 coax because the 12.7 HMG is going to be
plenty.
Yeah. So again, it's going to be a 12.7 and a 240 instead of the Mark 19. Just clarifying on that because I always have people bitch. All right, Green 4. Let me get my reading glasses here. I hate it when they make the font too small. 2010, Rebel, Frank, Heliza, Rika,
Lisa. I think that's hentai.
Age. Yeah, it's definitely hentai.
Yeah. It's a mouthful, too.
Anyway, looking at Green 4, scrolling down to the designated marksman, looks like that is going to be an SVD. Blue 4, I'd imagine, is going to be a Mark 11 for the SVD, because for every US kit, that's usually what they go with. Loadouts otherwise going to be AKMs and AKSs, RPK and PKPs for the support weapons, the light machine gun and the medium machine gun, respectively, LMG and MMG. RPG 26 for the light anti-tank single shot disposable launcher. Recon gets the T5000 sniper rifle for their sniper. 2 suppressed shooters get the choice of either an AKS with 45 round banana mags or 20 rounds with an AS-Val with 9x39 for the ammunition caliber. Crew and aviation get a PV2000 or an AKS depending on what they want to bring. Nothing in the CSW here, but they get 9 transport trucks and 6 standing M2s. I think that's going to be really cool to see what they do with those. But I think they're going to be countered by the Crow systems.
Yeah, those Crow systems, I mean, they can, like you said, the camera system on them, you can zoom, you can auto-range. Hopefully, like you said, they took off the thermals. But even without them, they are still incredibly powerful. They will utilize every meter of that 750-meter view distance.
The one saving grace, I want to see who made this mission real quick because it showed that they actually thought about it. Arcor, thank you. He made sure that none of the mountain ranges were in the zone of play because otherwise nothing would stop Blue 4 from just camping the mountain ranges with these Crows and just sniping from 700, 800, 900 meters away because you can depending on the vehicle, range a crow system out to either a click or a click and a half, and that bitch will be accurate because you just have to hit the key, T key is usually the auto range one. So, chat saying they hope it's not a rinse and repeat of round 3 for EU. I don't think so because there's no helicopters in play, but these crows, I would argue crows are deadlier than autocannons because you can be a lot more precise with them, a lot more ammo efficient with them. I'm just really surprised they let them in, you know, but we'll see.
I would argue that with an autocannon, you don't have to be precise, but
you don't get a lot of ammo.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
You don't get a lot of ammo.
Crows, I mean, let's actually look at the ammo count here. If we go back to Blue 4.
Rounds of 12.7, yeah, 50 cal. Should be like 400.
No, 400 rounds of 4 mags. They get 1,600 rounds.
What the fuck?
Bro.
Bro, yeah, no, these things. Yeah, if I was Korvac, who was Platoon HQ, you keep these things in the.
Here's the deal, though. It's
support.
They're stuck on CQC though because of the AO. I've been studying this map because I'm going to do a campaign with it. First mission's on Monday. I'm really excited for it, but they don't have a lot of good angles to utilize the long range of that crow system. They are forced to do CQC with it, which is not what you want to do with a crow system. The one saving grace though is if Green 4 puts anything on these high areas, like what you see in Terminal 2, they're going to get sniped the fuck out of these positions. So Green 4...
The map is throwing me off a little bit because just because the elevation, all the markers are like at least 800. So I see like marker 933. That's decent as far as elevation, but it's way too far away from any point. It's like a click and a half away from the nearest point.
It's like Klafgan. Because Klafgan's lowest markers were also in the hundreds, but it's all based off of elevation from sea level. Because the elevation of the Santagazga region, I butchered the name, it's actually fairly accurate to what it is, which, again, looking up, happy with what I got, and that's why I'm so excited for the campaign. But
yeah, look at all this German architecture in here. Wild.
Otherwise, the 2 AAVPs with those 50 cals and those turrets are also going to be a bit of a weakness. Now, they can cross the river because they are amphibious. That's why you have this right side pretty much in the open. Yeah. There's some bridges.
Just like we saw with the second round.
Not a lot of elevation to work with here for those crow systems, but you could see those forces break around. I'm not sure if they have enough vehicles. I think they do to just do a massive transport rush somewhere. They can either cross a bridge or they can just go up along the flank. I don't think a force split would be really good here because, again, it's a lot of flat terrain. I feel like just a unified battle line sweeping these AOs would be better. But you also have to consider that it is a rush play for terminals. So only Terminal 1 is active right now. Terminal 2 will be active once Terminal 1 is hacked, and Terminal 3 will be active once Terminal 2 is hacked. So it forces Blue 4 to make a unified battle line because... I'm not going to say statistically because people then bitch at me about the actual statistics, but I will say as an FNF shoutcaster, when you see the attacking faction in this type of AO, I guess game mode would be the better term, of terminal rush, and they try to backcap terminals, wasting manpower to hit those terminal sites, which might not even be defended because Green Force focusing on different terminals, the attackers usually lose. They have to go for the terminal that's active, otherwise they're screwed. The only saving grace I've seen against that rule is if they only deploy like X-ray in the back line. Then that's fine. But I've seen like entire squads get deployed to like the final objective, which weakens the push on the previous objectives where the defensive faction might have their forces concentrated, and then the defenders either equalize the number advantage that's given, or worse, they outnumber the attackers.
Yeah, the attack fails.
And the attack completely falls apart. So this AO, though, it's really tough because, I mean, when's the last time you saw this map ever used? It's a brand new map. No one knows anything about it. I've been studying it in detail, and it's got some really cool parts. You see Terminal 1, for example. It's this really nice urban zone.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of, like just knife fighting. I could see those Crows Humvees utilized in these, because these roads are pretty straight, relatively speaking. So setting up on kind of a long sight line down a main road and just kind of using it to hold down that avenue could be useful.
Falcon just poked me saying roof stuck. We didn't go over the roster. That is completely my bad. I will take a moment to do that. But Falcon is, he's stuck in the roof.
Like a hawk.
Like a hawk. He's,
That's
Good job, Falcon. I'm proud of you.
What team is he on? Green 4? Yeah, that's...
Green 4.
Wow,
Yeah,
that is
so
very
I don't know
impressive.
how he got up there. I'm not sure if he'll be
Because-
able to shoot through that, but...
I don't think so, but... Yeah, because he's got the ceiling to shoot through. He's got Kearnshaw trying to help him. You just see the gun poking through the ceiling.
What do you mean the poles, Ron?
Some quality
Okay, 1 second.
Argentinian architecture.
You're right, it is Ron. All right. Oh, let me reset that real quick.
Oh, that's funny.
1 second, I have to reset the poll.
But yeah, no, Terminal 1 is a nice urban area. I'll quickly go over the other terminals. Terminal 2 is very much an industrial area with some... We're starting to see a few
There you go, 5 minutes, go
being
for
made.
it.
But
Do you mind if I speed run the roster?
Go for it.
All right, attackers. Korvac is leading the Assault Artisan. The 2IC Chadwick has the Medic. Iron Sov 666 being the X-Ray leader. Ravemaster being the 2IC Killer Wolf, the Sniper. Bobby being one of the suppressed shooters. Zeus being the other suppressed shooters. Both went with Mark 14 EBRs. Strapco being the 2IC. Heziah leading Alpha HQ. Vivid being Alpha 1 lead with Tanaka Topher, Skirt. Tekkensker, Crazy Kanuk, and Heinrichsen, basically coalition players under Alpha 1. Alpha 2 has TSB with X-Ray, XXL Tiger leading with Zam, Snatch Goblin, Revanchololo, and Seismo. Under that group, Bravo has Side leading Legal Action, Coda, Coop, Space Cowboy, Carl, Geary, Cox, and Bondo, so some Pega Pirates mixed in with some general players. Wolf leading Bravo 2 with Dagger, Muniz, Cherokee, Tilster, and Vant. Charlie 1 being led by Despo with Timek and Blam being a vehicle. No, it's just Charlie 1. Okay, so it's just a small group on its own. Delta 2 has merged everything together, so the entirety of Delta Squad with 2 teams. It's Genry, Chaos, Zombie Sniper, Colonel Arcane, Pierce, Potato, Saddam, Wise, Ilbanek, Azuki, Waldo, and Wayne. On Green Fort, Cholt is commanding, Loki being the team leader, Falcon being the sniper, Naders and Green Shade, I would assume, are the suppressed shooters. Green Shade with an AS Val. Naders, I cannot tell. I'll be zooming in on him to verify what he has. Drake leading Alpha HQ's got Cosmonaut as his Alpha 1 team lead, Cool Breeze, Martin, Kabui, Miller, Helios, and... that is it. I can't confirm Nader's gun because he's in a truck. Oh well, we'll see it later. Bridges leading Alpha 2 with Fist, Wiki, and Work together. Vagrant leading Bravo HQ. It looks like he just has a team with typical Maz Band, Bacon Flavored Ivan, Banks, and Chow together. Nielsen leading Charlie HQ with Overs as one of his crewmen. Sablon, Chine, Montgomery, Herb, Carlson, Eagle, and Wells together under Charlie 1. Charlie 2 has Sholin leading with Norse. Norris does have a PKP. We'll see what he does with that. N1, Dre, Kernshaw, LeBroy. How do you say his damn name? LeBroy, and
It's
Sprawlden.
like LeBron James.
I know, I'm horrible. And then Lurch, Sven, Stretch, Nemesis, Tootie, Rudy, Ozzy, and Mito under Delta HQ. Looks like the admins are with Leclerc spectating in a different channel.
Cringe.
Now, I already see 2 blue Forvics coming back here. It looks like because there is a bridge all the way at the edge of the Southern Territory, so they're going to cross the river.
And yeah, that'll
for
lead them
X-ray.
right into some relatively flat plains for them to traverse across. As far as view distance, I mean, they're pretty clear to move out
Ben
there.
Falcon for wall hacks.
They'd have to get just
Right.
pretty close to the AO before they'd have to start worrying about being spotted. And I'm honestly kind of surprised no Green Force pushing across to the other side of the river to set up even like a kind of ambush or counter sniping.
But as you say that, I'm seeing Scholl pressing over Green Fort Ground Command. I guess he's just going to watch because he's only a single shooter, but...
Yep. So he will do that, probably try and spot out the situation and, from a higher advantage point, but I don't think he's going to really get much.
We have an AAVP also crossing, so I think Blue 4 is dividing their forces. We've got X-Ray going to be supporting 1 squad, and otherwise the rest of Blue 4 on the MSRs. Looks like they've slowed down, though. I guess they're waiting for the other squad to get in a position, or maybe there is a miscommunication with Blue 4's battle order here.
Possibly. We are having, that's Maz, Vagrant, and their whole squad. We have Bay, Bacon Flavored Ivan all up in there. And they're going to be setting up on this shallow crest here, just on the edge of the map.
Thanks for 100 bits.
west.
Thanks for pointing out the ball. Hope it's fixed, guys.
This
Sorry
Blue
about that.
Force isn't careful if they go up this western road. they may get ambushed from the hillside. Should see them start to build some trenches and maybe range out some sight lines with that RPG, because I do believe Bay does indeed have an RPG-32. So he's got, I think, 4 rockets total. Should be 2 on him and 2 on the assistant. So a lot of potential there, as we've seen before, but it's just a matter of the stars aligning, really.
I think we're going to see quite a bit of time spent just Blue 4 deploying and coordinating their forces. Again, that force on the MSR is holding still. I guess they're waiting for X-Ray to do some recon and their AAVP to deploy. Maybe as a bit of a bait play to force Green 4 to look in different directions, but I haven't really been seeing a lot of repositioning forces once the actual combat starts. So I think Green 4 is just going to hunker down, continue on their AOs, but maybe that can allow that AAVP crew to breach in, because the only thing they have to worry about is Green 4's X-Ray. Go ahead.
Real quick, yeah, that Green 4 X-Ray force, Naders has just spotted both of Blue 4 X-Rays Humvees, and as they kind of slow down and try and check out the riverside, they should start to maneuver around it. We have Falcon there.
Again with the 2 IC, so he's not a suppressed shooter.
I think he just saw, yeah, that's one of the suppressed shooters. I think he's waiting for the sniper and going to try and take them out.
He's waiting for one to hold still. He might have it. Oh, no, he holds it. Because he hears the AAVP coming. That's why he stopped. I'm on his camera right now. He just heard it, and he's going to crawl away.
Right. Yeah, that tracked vehicle is very, very loud.
It's because this group has nothing to deal with that, and you already see Cholt pulling back with the truck. But now we might see Cholt redeploy forces to cover that bridge, or at least the river, knowing that this horse is over here, so they might play right into Green 4 strategy.
Loki tried to pull out the 50 cal, but I think it got armored. It's at the back of that truck and is destroyed.
Yeah, you got to be careful about loading RHS statics into vehicles. You got to backpack them to load them and then reassemble them, because otherwise they just glitch out sometimes with Ace, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's been an issue that's been happening for a while, so very unfortunate there. That could have been big. Just shredding up, because there's a solid 15 people between Bravo HQ and Bravo 2 and the AAPV. And now they're just
Falcon knocked out early.
Oh, I think a lucky headshot got him as he
tried to and a double tap. That was Blue 4 sniper.
Oh, how the turntables. How the turntables.
Yeah, that was Killer Wolf. Got the kill on Falcon. Great early pickoff. We're going to have Falcon come into the chat and yell in a second. But, yeah, I mean, Killer, he's trying to get some other kills here. Puts a shot by Green Shade. We have another Green 4 dead body over here.
I think that's Lolo. Or Loki, excuse me. Yes,
that was the team lead.
And there he is.
Man, must be nice. What must be nice, Falcon?
Being alive? Yeah.
Must be nice. Blue 4, meanwhile, pushing their forces down the MSR. See, Green 4, I don't know why they dedicated this force off of the side. Like, it's a really good ambush spot, mind you, but why use that open area when you can just drive up the main one? I mean, granted, you should probably have it led by an AAVP or a Crow's Humvee, not an empty truck. Then again, that's Suzuki by himself as a bait vehicle, trying to bait out any ambushes here.
We have Sven here.
Right, Mito's going to backblast himself if he fires. There we go.
Real quick, Sven is here. He is able to, well, I don't know if he's going to be able
to. Here we
go. He's going to be definitely yelling about activity.
Mito, the point of an AT ambush is to actually shoot your AT. There you go. He did backblast himself, though. Yeah.
But that is one of the Crow's vehicles. Engine out. Crow gun is still going.
Crow's completely looking in the wrong direction, though.
Wow.
Mito's battle buddy gets taken out.
2D route and Lurch here right outside this house. A couple grenades could do a bunch of damage.
So Green 4's redeployed their force on Terminal 2 to cover the river, but now Blue 4's redeploying behind that one force. This is a little confusing for Blue 4.
A little?
Just a little.
It is worth noting that the other Matt Gunner is with Vagrant's team over to the west, so if Mito goes down or dies, that's their only AT is way off to the west, so they're gonna have to reposition to deal with these Amtraks.
So the rest of the Blue 4 have driven right into this Green 4 force because they were driving into enemy territory blind. Zombie Sniper's got out. He's now spraying into their Korvac, blindly driving through this Green 4 group, and they get picked off.
Oh, and here comes
What was the point of that? And then AT Drake puts the LAT round in there just to make sure they're dead.
There's a 50 cal going onto Blum's Vic, but it's shooting too high. There's the engine going out, and they actually get the gunner in a drive-by.
What?
Blum's vehicle engine is out, so he's gonna coast way out of town and hopefully pull off the road a little bit.
Bit of a throw for these Vics, but that's fine.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, it's NA round 3. Usually you see a throw like this, but I think Blue 4 had a strategy. They wanted to attack Terminal 1. They wanted to do an encirclement. They just didn't realize that Green 4 was maneuvering forces to stop what they perceived as an attack coming from across the river. So that Blue 4 force ended up driving right into that Green 4 force, and now they're getting cut to ribbons.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm surprised this Blue 4 force came around the north side, but I mean, this Humvee got blown up here, this smokestack right by the bridge. Both Crow's Humvees are, at the very least, immobilized for now.
Falcon, what was the plan for Blue 4, if you don't mind me asking?
Work. Saddam is staying cozy in the Humvee, but Potato here, I think he's going to get a nasty surprise here in a second. And I'm surprised Green 4 Bravo haven't repositioned, especially with that Amtrak that they've heard.
Despo on 3 kills with that Crow system. 4 kills with that Crow system. Again, point and shoot adventure. 5 kills with that Crow system. And he's got 400 round boxes. I mean, it's...
And he's about to double tap her for number 5.
6. Yep. That's number 6.
Excuse me. We do have the other Crows has been blown up. Mito got that kill, so that is one completely destroyed, cannot be recovered. And I think the other one can't be repaired unless they get an engineer over here.
Hey, look at Despo's go into his first-person mode and hit the plus and minus buttons on your numpad. Look at this zoom in. Again, why Crow systems are really OP.
Holy shit.
No recoil.
You could change that.
Yeah, point and click adventure. It's he's on 6 kills for a reason. This is what I was talking about.
Like with thermals.
With thermals. He's not in the thermal camera mode, otherwise we'd see it. So it looks like they did remove it. Oh my gosh, and then Miller's right here.
And he's gonna get Blom. Can the gun pivot down enough? He actually gets a double spray there.
He's gonna shoot right into Despo.
But that 7.62 won't pen it.
Despo's desperately trying to get him. I think he got the window out and got the kill.
Yeah,
he literally watched Miller kill him on camera. That's hilarious. That is honestly. Miller on 3 kills by getting all those guys.
Done by Miller.
Mm-hmm. Miller.
His team. No, fuck you, Miller.
Ooh, we got a flame out one of the AAVPs. Vivid's on fire.
That's a vivid death right there.
Meanwhile, looking at the rest of Blue 4.
Shit's fucked.
I couldn't agree more. Vivid screaming. Still on fire. Fun fact, if you stop, drop, and roll, it gets rid of the fire.
There's some effectiveness there. However, what is effective is running into water, as we've seen not happen before.
That was my favorite. The dude, so he was on a little island. This was like, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago. Someone gets AT shot into his Vic. He gets lit on fire. He's literally on a small island, like 5 meters away from the water. So what does he do? He runs out of the Vic and he stops, drops, and rolls, but he's right next to the ocean, and he burns to death. And I'm like...
Well, the funniest part is, like, neither you or I thought of it either until
someone in chat pointed out, saying, like, he's right next to the water. He could just gone in the water. I'm like, you're totally right. He could have. We didn't even think about that, but the water's right there. We would have all burnt to death that day. Good God.
Oh man, and that was like one of the first days after that update got implemented.
Yeah, after
too.
they added the fire update. I remember the first time we heard that. Like, we saw a flame out, and then 2 people got out, and they were on fire. We're like, oh, that's cool. And we scroll, and all of a sudden you hear them like screaming. You're like, what the fuck?
You hear about a dozen
What?
stock, like
dozen
sound
stock
effect
scream
library.
effects.
Yeah.
Oh. It's like, oh, cool. I play Arma for fun, not to literally hear the screams, the horrible screams.
I play Arma to get away from the screams and the voices, not to make more of them.
All right, so according to Falcon, the plan by Blue Fort was plan for Indy. Oh, this is the plan for Green Fort. My bad. Plan for Green Fort was to hold S1 and hold the flanks rear with X-Ray and whoever the other squad was. So I mean it. Yeah, I mean it's hellish open fields.
You're new to FNF. You've been playing for like a year.
Falcon's new to FNF. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sarcasm.
Oh man.
So Blue 4, they are starting to
honestly speaking, like
capitalize on the other half.
Blue 4 isn't in that terrible of a position as far as numbers wise. I'm just completely kidding. Yeah, I really think they're fucked.
I mean, here's the deal. Blue 4 is kind of pinsmealed here. They still have a chance to get to Terminal 1. They have the numbers for it, but again, they're acting as separate elements. Is Blue 4 Command dead? Yes, he is. That's why we're in such a disarray. 2IC should be stepping up to handle this, but it's...
Well,
I mean, he's hiding under a bridge.
Well, there is a 2IC. However, Alpha HQ is dead. Bravo HQ... the
guys with radios might be dead.
HQ is dead. So there's literally one person for him to talk to. So I really don't think there's any way for them to really re-coordinate unless they take this first terminal.
Who got armor recently?
Even then,
Can't see it go.
both
You did?
sides have gone
Or someone else?
all eggs in one basket on this terminal.
Donkin doing a great job with that 249, camping around the barn. He gets a kill.
Oh, does he hear the door opening behind him? Does he hear those rusty, squeaky hinges? I don't think so.
Vagrant. He's not going to look, though. Vagrant, in front of you. Tanaka is killed. Vagrant is killed by Revanche.
I can't believe Tanaka got killed by a random headshot when he wasn't looking.
Wow. Oh, gosh. I think it was a suicide.
Fuck you.
There was multiple shots to the back of the head. Definitely a suicide.
I hate you.
We call it a Hillary Clinton. Oh, Falcon got armor recently? You're exactly right. No, Falcon's brand new to Arma.
Oh, that
Yeah.
explains why he sucks.
Yeah, that explains why he died like instantly in the beginning of the round. He's still learning. He's still learning.
Casualty, yeah.
Banks gets shot. He now pulls back.
Run out in the open.
Yeah, oh, definitely. It's not like Call of Duty where you just run out there and get your kills. No, you gotta run cover to cover. Oh, yeah.
One life. This ain't no search and destroy. This is you're dead.
No.
You're dead for an hour.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. It's okay. Maybe one day you'll get good.
I love that Miller's stolen the Crow system, and now he's firing at Blue 4 with it.
Oh, did he actually?
Yeah.
Has he repaired it too? Yes, he actually was able to repair it.
Cosmonaut's driving it for him.
Oh my god, where is this? I gotta see this.
I just love seeing the Crow systems in action. It's so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, 400 round M2 boxes, and you get 4 of them. I mean, it's...
So they mentioned that in your chat, where we're not sure if that's actually the case.
What's the case?
It should be 4 boxes of 100 for 400 rounds total.
No, so they will tell you the right ammo types for the VIX,
Especially with Arcor,
unless they
that's what I'm
delete it.
thinking.
Yeah, Arcor would do it correctly, but that would be under assets.
Yeah,
And then Crow, 4 mags of 400 rounds. It's, again, Crows are OP. Crows are very OP.
Well, OP especially with thermals.
Yeah, but they removed the thermals. But I mean, I showed you the zoom in, right? You just park that. Here's the thing about this map, though. In the flatlands, in some parts it's really hilly, but in some parts it's literally open for like a kilometer. If you look south of Terminal 1, for example, and scroll down until you get to like just below the trees, you can see that it is super flat around here until you start going up to the town. But all the way to the south, it's murder territory for a long-range, accurate, heavy machine gun system such as a Crow's.
Mm-hmm. So now Blue 4 here on
He's
this,
going to see Legal Action's head. There's Gary's head. Switches to Legal Action. Legal Action folds behind a building. So Miller on 4 kills. Oh, I saw that happened? That was a rocket fired by either B Cox or someone else. That was Legal Action's rocket. I literally hit the minus button as he did that, and then I watched Miller switch to the driver's seat and blow up, and I'm like, oh, wow, well, he's dead.
Great rocket from Legal Action. Call that a cease and desist.
What a play.
Shazu up there on the roof along with Drake. They're trying to hold this team back. They do need to be careful about that Amtrak. I mean, again, looking just at it and seeing how tall that thing is, it's it's gonna be really hard for that thing to be effective in this straight line. But if it's able to push through here and start conducting urban operations, then we should see it be much more effective, much more of a threat to Green Fort. We do have plenty of AT scattered around. We have Drake with AT. Eagle has Demo. We have Mito on the west side with AT. Martin on the south side with AT. So we should see some
Cosmo
more.
putting a great GL at Legal Action's feet, knocking him out. I want to see if Artisan comes up to the second store. He does. Runs right into Eagle, takes him out. Eagle doesn't even respond. Carlson now looking around. He does have a marksman rifle, so it's not going to be the best thing to work with. But Artisan turns into Batman, and Carlson doesn't even notice. Grenade getting thrown in now. He then runs in. Artisan running around the side. Caught out in the open, and Artisan blows him away. That was a nice play.
Very good play from Artisan, and he'll be able to continue on. And that does
talk about a cease and desist from Legal Action. Good God. $20 and you forget? Dude, $20 and you can troll me all night tonight, let's be honest, because we're going to put those audio snippets on.
Yeah, just give it time. The Amtrak is now retreating to the eastern side of the river.
I think this is over because Blue 4 is just in too many small groups to defeat in detail. Yes, they're starting to flinter, and you got Coda getting right behind Drake, knocking him out. Could go up and catch N1, but N1 was ready for him. But it looks like Coda got the kill there, too. There's the double tap.
Ooh, Banks being taken out by Henriksen over way on the west side. That just leaves Bay as a lone Green 4 operative.
He's on 3 kills. There's only 2 more to deal with over there. Bay, I mean, he is the top player in FNF for a reason.
Yeah, currently on 3 and does have AT. So at the very least, he's going to want to stay alive.
Blue 4 is just separated into a lot of small groups at this point. I don't see them taking Terminal 1. It's just too many Green 4 in the middle. Go ahead.
I agree. So the Amtrak retreated to the east side of the river and then crossed the bridge back around. So now it's back on this side of the river, about maybe 100 meters away from where it started. Took about a half a click's journey to get there.
So, okay, here's how Blue 4 is going to win this. They're going to somehow get a guy on Terminal 1. They're going to hold it for a little bit. They already have forces on Terminal 2. They could rush forces to Terminal 3, and they could daisy chain this.
Oh, they do have people on Terminal 2. Wow.
Only if they get that 90-second hack, though, and then they have someone immediately run over to Terminal 3 before Green 4 can get a vehicle out there. I could still see it because Green 4 is pretty spaced out around here. Blue 4, if you scroll out fully on the map, you start seeing Blue 4 still has a little bit of a numbered bench, but they're everywhere. So we just need to see a breakthrough by Coda, Legal, Cox, Space Cowboy. Again, some really powerful players there. We got Wolf, Vado, and Muniz coming in. Legal Cox, I know, right? Cox, well, speaking of, he took one to the mouth. All right.
Yeah, and now he goes limp. The Cox goes limp.
I think you're supposed to call him Xfinity now.
Huh?
Never mind. You're not old enough to get that joke. It's okay.
I'm older than you, aren't I?
I know. That's the sad thing.
Hey, Boomer.
It's because it used to be called Cox Cable, but now it's called Xfinity. But anyway.
I actually did not know that. I did not keep up with my corporate jargon at the time when I was 2 years old.
It's okay. You have much to learn. Boo, boo this man. Boo, boomer alert. Yeah, okay.
I want to learn.
Whatever, whatever. No, Xfinity is not Verizon.
Oh, it's Comcast.
No, Comcast is not. You know what? I don't want to have this conversation on my stream. Martin taking out Space Cowboy Carl after Space Cowboy Carl knocked Reek out. Legal Action still trying to get within striking distance here. We got a decent Blue 4 group. They have regrouped to about a squad-size element. This could be the group to fight through only a handful of Green 4 guys at Terminal 1 and then hunker it down because we have Blue 4 near Terminal 2, and they are close enough to run over to grab Terminal 3 as well.
Xfinity is Comcast. Cox is Cox.
I give up.
Now I'm just like that one Mr. Incredible meme. Cox is Cox.
Cox is Cox. God damn it. Fios is Verizon. Yes.
Fios is VZ? What does that mean?
Verizon. That's what I have.
But VZ is...
Verizon. No. Stop it.
It's a Czech designation for
no,
military.
Shut up. No, that's CZ, not VZ. You
no, that is VZ. The
oh my
VZ
god.
Fucking 58. That's the fucking AK.
Bridges firing in. That's an SA-58. You okay? Bridges putting a GL.
An SA-58 is a foul.
See, any explosives or GLs like that are going to be really deadly against groups. We also have Cholt driving around. They got to be careful because he might deliver a vehicle that Blue 4 can then use to get to the other terminals if they're able to successfully breach in. But Blue 4 not picking the path of least resistance, but we do have Legal Action right on top of the terminal building. If he one-on-one Sholand, he could start the daisy chain. Legal now coming in.
Cholt's coming in the back, though, on the north.
Legal immediately sees that grenade thrown.
Ooh, Cholt's gonna come off the back of Muniz here. Gonna have a clean shot on him.
Legal going for the breach. And Sholand breach just wipes the floor with Legal. More grenades being thrown. That's going to keep Legal. Oh, no. Legal literally gets ragdolled. We just heard an explosive delivered on the southern side. That was some sort of, I guess, explosive trap. Otherwise, now Green 4 starting to fold in more forces in the Terminal 1. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, I think so, too. They're just going to get whittled down one
How
by
do you
one.
get Viet Con from VZ? The daisy chain, funny, yeah.
The daisy chain.
The daisy chain. That's okay. That one's kind of clever. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Bridges firing a flare round into Coop, or was it a smoke round? Nope, it was a smoke round. All right. Yeah, Green 4 is now saturating the town. They're pushing back. Blue 4 is down to like 60 to 50% of that squad that came in.
Wolfie trying to push across and lead this charge.
Nemesis and Seismo in a firefight. Seismo ran out of ammo.
Oh, here comes Bridges.
He folds further into the town.
Oh, but the shot
I saw that,
Tootie. Yeah. Good friendly fire there, buddy. Well done with that PKP.
Scholl on a flanking position, takes out one of the Blue 4 guys. Green 4
Very
command
nice.
flexing.
Yeah, he already.
Oh, he's on 2 kills. Puts a GL down there as well.
You got Muniz earlier. That's the body that he's right next to there. So he's gotten a couple of big name dog tags on him.
But yeah, with Blue 4 unable to start the daisy chain here, you got a force around Terminal 2. Within striking the Terminal 3, but again, as I mentioned earlier, once Blue 4 decides to start backcapping without a plan to take the first terminal, usually it falls apart. If those infantry guys were down here helping this force, they might have just pushed the number advantage out of the favor of Green 4. There might have been a better chance. Still would have only been about an even chance, but here, Blue 4 just getting picked apart piecemeal style.
An even chance versus an uneven chance against them. And with only 6 people, I understand why they were the ones to go up north and to play that back game, but I don't think that was their original intention. I think things just got so chaotic that a plan was made up on the fly to do that, and again, you're absolutely right. If they were down here, they could possibly turn the tide. But I don't disagree with the original order that they got.
Back in a second.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, we have this Green 4 group in the north actually starting to envelop Dagger, Cherokee, and Wolfie, who have been very stagnant. Cholt has been able to call in for reinforcements and coordinate this between Dreek, Cosmo, and Helios, and they're trying to really encircle them and keep them from pushing out. You have Wolfie trying to go inside one of these buildings. Oh, man. Oh, as Dreek comes up over the top, he's not going to get an eye on Wolfie, but he might get an eye on Dagger there as he jumps over. Can't quite get it and pulls back. Here comes Cosmonaut. No, he's not looking down the alleyway. Wolfie gets that kill. Rocket's now coming out of Cherokee. And surprisingly, Wolfie and Dagger are going to be able to break out of this little pocket. Cherokee's being left behind, though. Those grenades, that one. No, not quite. Oh, come on, Helios. Just look to your east, buddy. Come on, buddy. I believe in you. Wolfie and his battle buddy both go down. It's just Cherokee left over here on the north. And he's been bandaging for the past 5 minutes. Helios doesn't see him. They may actually not move to clear his position. Gonzo Bonzo waiting out there in that Amtrak, waiting for the call to come pick him up, but he will not get that call. We do have Ilbanek, Wise, and Chadwick Bozeman down the south side might make a play, and here comes the rest of that X-Ray team. They've started to move south on their own, leaving Zeist and Psycho Bobby.
Yes, we're doing Daisy after round 3.
Capture Terminal 2. We'll see. 22 minutes left in the match, so we'll see. But as they really start to weave through, I don't think there's going to be any chance for this X-Ray group to take that over.
Suppressed shooters usually do really well in TQC, but
I think the odds are just stacked too much against them.
Yeah.
Once they start taking out a couple, the unsuppressed shooters are going to have to open up as well. And by that point, it's just...
You got people like Bane here on 5 kills, Chiltz on 2 kills for ground command, Green Shade on 2 kills with the AS Val as the one to Green Force suppressed shooters. Mito on a vehicle kill, Stretch on 3 kills, Nemesis on 2 kills. You've got some pretty heavy hitters in here. Martin on 2 kills, but again, it's a mix of greener players and really good players. But Gonzo getting a pick off on the outskirts manages to knock Wiki out. But most of Green Forest forces are in the town itself. And if that Vic comes closer, we have actually 3 or 4 AT guys. 3 marked on the map, and I'd imagine someone else in Green Forest picked up AT. Nielsen, for example, has got an M3 Carl Gustav near him. So I'd imagine that Vic, if it tries to drive in here, it's just going to take multiple
absolutely.
AT rounds to the butt.
Absolutely.
Stretch now, trying to stretch his rounds out here.
Ooh, I think the X-Ray team, yeah, they've been spotted before they even get close.
Yeah.
They also pretty much are getting spotted by long-range shooters. And just, yeah, it's just that lower canopy. It's just so wide and so open that there's nothing really to block it. God help the players who play in your Argentina mission, because they're going to be going up against some bunkers.
That sounds nice.
So that'll be fun,
Ooh,
I'm sure.
So we had a Blue 4 guy in an M2. I think he got killed before Bant came up there to get him. Let me check Bant's kill count. Nope, he did get him. He's on 6 kills now. So creative, but foolish.
Cherokee and Cholt pretty much back-to-back, just on different levels.
Yep.
So Cholt up there.
Fog of War.
HQ, yeah.
You know, Cholt's dead friend over here actually has a perfect view of Cherokee,
Yeah.
but he is,
He's like, my head tired. I'm gonna rest you. Oh, Wilbonet got clapped. Yeah, looks like
that was kind of funny.
Wise and Chadwick, the last 2 here on the south side of Blue 4. Might try and get Bay here, though, who is working his way through the
Yeah, Bay's coming. Bay is coming. AAVP now supporting X-Ray on the north. That's a good call. You just gotta hope there's no AT that hits that vehicle, because if it cooks off, it's gonna kill everyone else around.
Bay, that was dirty, and Chadwick.
But Chadwick being dirtier.
And gets
Wow.
Insane.
Talk about Batman plays.
Yeah, you out Batman the Batman.
Oh my god. That was pretty good.
Well, Cherokee is still up, kind of near the terminal.
Hero landing.
He's just been laying low, and I think waiting, just biding his sweet time. Chadwick should be able to medic himself back up to full. He does have Martin looking in his direction along with Tootie.
I don't know. Again, there's the saturation of green 4, the spread, the limits of what blue 4 has remaining. I could see blue 4 getting a good spearhead here, but just the amount of players with a few kills, the amount of AT around, I don't see it.
If that's what they want to do, then they need to not charge down the fucking MSR. If they want to have that spearhead, they need to either hit from the northwest or from the northeast. There's Cherokee getting caught out, Patrol getting another kill. So if that Amtrak, I mean, they're doing this so
Zero
wrong.
Fox, do you mean like on a Star Sim or a Milsim community or IRL? Either way, good luck nonetheless.
There's no infantry screen whatsoever in front of it. Nemesis here.
ARF.
He's going to try and get a pick off.
So, Milsim.
I don't know if he got it or not.
501st, 212th, 104th, 38th.
Tracking AT. Mito's got an infantry ready. He's got the shot.
50 cal literally sprayed over his head and around his head, but didn't actually hit the head.
And there it is. I mean, there's Gravemaster on fire.
Gravemaster going to the Rave, but he's getting shot at. HE round also coming in. And there's Gravemaster knocked out. VR chat. Oh, right, because you're the guy that was talking about that, the virtual sim. Yeah. Gotcha. Look at that snipe of the HE round on Zombie Sniper.
Oh, that's ironic. And Soviet Chaos going to be the only two left up. Well, actually, sorry, that's not correct. Stek Pro and Killer Wolf taking the right idea and going northwest, but they're going to have to fold back in anyways.
Gotcha, Zero, gotcha. Just say no. Chill here. We're going to be doing DayZ in a second. 2D, I'm loving the suppression. Grenade goes off. Knocks out Stek Pro.
Yep, that took out Stek Pro. Chaos is down behind the Amtrak.
It's 3 blue 4 down.
Both of the crew for the Amtrak are down, and it's just continuing to flare out. Iron Stove, as I say it,
Lurch catches him out and gets the headshot on Iron.
And it's down to Killer Wolf, Chadwick Boseman, Psycho Bobby's moving for Terminal 3, and Zeus is on Terminal 2.
Oh yeah, Zero, you gotta get the Sergeant to deal with them.
These couple of guys here are taken out.
Especially for the kids.
Live for much longer.
Definitely Zero. Gotta give it to the other ones. Let the Sergeant deal with the squeakers. That's what the S in the Sergeant abbreviation is.
Yes, quarterback. Rushing, well, not only rushing down the MSR, but pushing your armored vehicle up when there's no AT inside this town with no infantry screen. Like, I get they're trying to use the Amtrak as hard cover to push down and to get inside the city. But there's no good way to do it. That's why I was saying, fuck the MSR entirely. Go either in from the west or try it again from the east, and since the east is so heavily defended.
I love Blue 4's audacity with this shit, though. Because look at where Zeus is on Terminal 2, and look at Seiko moving to Terminal 3. Yeah, they actually thought they'd be able to breach in off of that SSR to go across the block to then get the terminal with that manpower. Oh.
So I'll disagree that that's an SSR. Yes, it's a smaller road marked on map and it's not quite paved. That's right, an MSR. Zero. That is a main service route going through the city. I will argue that.
Okay. So what is the scope of the AO here that you are basing that assumption off of? And I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
The scope of the AO being the city itself. Between grid refs 142, or sorry, 1.
So I get what you're getting at, because the context of the city could extend all the way to the southwest, in which case the MSR is the yellow line.
The obvious highway, yeah. In terms of this contained AO of Terminal 1, that would be, I believe that would be considered a relative MSR.
Yeah. MSR main supply route, SSR side supply route. MSR is the biggest route in the AO, which would be that highway.
Yes.
SSR is everything else, but he's talking about in the context of the town, then these are all MSRs.
Yes.
I'm just being a stickler for this shit.
It's okay. I know. We both do it to each other now and again.
Yep.
Chadwick trying to, well, live up to his namesake, I guess. But isn't finding much luck yet.
I love 418's answer. It's a road. Why give a fuck? Exactly.
I'm gonna have to use that.
I'm going to use that too. WGAF. I like it.
YW.
YW. Yes. YW.
Why would you give a fuck?
Why would I give a fuck? I love it. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I'll do if I ever decide to go to another Gary's Mod Star Sim. I'm just going to type that. YWGAF. Sir. Yeah, I shot that man in the back of the head. He went in front of my barrel as I was firing.
Why should I give a fuck?
Why should I give a fuck?
Why give a fuck and why should I give a fuck?
Why should I, Mr. Instructor, give a fuck? Anyway.
You've been banned from the server.
Ah, again.
I'll have to go to one of the other ones.
Oh no! Whatever will I do? WSIGAF, yes! No, I will admit, one of my favorite streams I ever did was when I got with Serenzic and a few other people from the 501st, and we literally just went on a Star Sim and trolled the shit out of it. It was
Yeah, I remember
beautiful.
that video, because it was just
cancer.
I don't know. I guess that stuff just isn't for me. But then again, I don't think it ever really was.
All right, I'm going to call it in 5 minutes. Hell, probably less than that. When I see Killer and Chadwick, it's over.
Called.
Yeah.
Like, it's called. I really think they just need to kill these two guys and then admins need to call it. Because otherwise, they're just going to...
No, they're going to... No, they're not. Because they're in a room with LeClaire and they're just going to chat about stuff right now. So they're not going to call it. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, they're the same admins that didn't give us the password, so you're not wrong. I mean, they didn't give us the password.
I mean, you're right. I had to go ask someone else for it, but
that is a factual statement.
You
They cannot
know.
refute that.
Here's the thing, Barb. I've worked in a lot of different communities. If you, how do I put it? If you just
You raise
bring
a
stuff up like that, you know, if you raise
Yeah.
the truth, people get pissy, apparently. Anyway.
Yeah. It's okay.
Don't worry about it.
Everyone wants to play with the new cute girl who just moved into town.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's the transfer student.
Yeah, the
Oh my god, now my brain only goes to that copy posse. Yeah, no, it's the heckin' Hembagugas whatever. Oh god, what's that?
Hongalugas.
I'm talking some massive honkers. I gotta look up that copy pasta. I will totally.
So good.
That's the transfer student. Barb's Dommy Mommy. Yeah,
God,
sure.
I wish. God, I said, please.
I will poke LeClaire right now and ask if he wants to be your Dommy Mommy.
Do it. You will not. You will not risk that. that association with the community.
I'm flipping a
manager
fucking
of
coin. No, I totally fucking will. Give me a second. Killer Wolf gets hit.
Yeah, I'll cover. You get the coin. Yeah, Killer Wolf
All
getting
right.
hit by 2.
Heads I do
there.
it, tails I don't.
Go for it.
God fucking damn it.
Yes.
No, it was tails.
Damn it. Wait, what?
I've worked with LeClaire. He knows I do stupid shit like that. Don't worry.
Okay.
If it was... No, I'd probably do it with Nillers, too. If it was anyone else from Bohemia, no. Oh, no. That would be my first impression. Imagine you're...
Nemesis gets the kill.
Oop, Killer wakes back up.
He does
So
wake
that was
back
on
up.
Chadwick, but Killer still has a chance. But no, anyone else... Oh, I thought Ace might have spotted Killer, but he didn't.
No, it did not quite.
No, Falcon, don't do it. Good God.
No, because
$20, no.
That is no, Falcon. Don't do that to yourself. That is not worth it. It's funny with Liru because, well, we're semi.
Because I already know these people.
And
So.
that too.
But no, imagine you're a staff member for a video game, and your first
there it
impression of a
is.
YouTuber is, "Hey, you want to be this guy's Dommy Mommy GF?" That would be beautiful. I'm calling it. Green 4 has won this round. Ooh.
Wait, hold that phone. Hold
Yep.
the phone. Psycho and Zeist are pushing down.
They're
the
making an effort.
SSR with one of the ZIO
Get in the AO.
trucks. They're not going to go anywhere. They're both in the cabin. They're both going to get shot in the face immediately upon, like, you see this gate?
What
where
is
the-
love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Bum 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 bum. I just imagine the Jim Carrey, you know, the head jerks and everything. I love that one.
You're thinking of Jim Carrey jerking? What?
Shut up. I'm thinking when Saturday Night Live used to be good, and the last Saturday Night Live that was good was when Seth MacFarlane hosted like 5 years ago. But anyway,
fair enough.
Driver immediately gets shot.
Immediately, and the passenger.
There goes Sicko. He's forced in a building.
Can he go sicko mode though? He's got a bolt-action sniper. Let's see.
No, he's got a suppressed Mark 14.
Oh, he does.
And Sicko is being chased by Nemesis. Caught in the reload. Sicko's not quick enough. Nemesis, I think, just got shot by a friendly.
I think so too.
Is this what Sicko mode is? Because this is pretty dope if it is. So yeah, you can tell Sicko has a lower sensitivity mouse because he wasn't able to watch him with that.
Yeah, not a pro gamer.
Caught him dirty in 4K. Oh, God.
Nemesis wakes back up, and he just starts pushing in. The old man doesn't take his medications.
Sicko just... For you. Oh, dear. Mito! Mito doesn't care. Another grenade. Another grenade. Another grenade. And another one. And another one.
We did it. Wait, where's the last one? Who's still alive?
No one.
No one.
It's over.
It's over.
That's beautiful.
Free. We're free. Blue
Who's shooting who?
GG.
I don't know. There were too many grenades to count. All right, Barb. See you next week.
See you next week. Yeah, see you next week.
All right. Here's the deal, chat. Let's pay out the prediction. I'm going to then put up some... Wow. 66% on the attacker there. That is an upset. Let me go to Twitch real quick. I'm going to play some ads as we transition to our Daisy tonight. Oh my God, they are being super protective of Leclerc. I'll fucking message him on Discord then.
Oh my fucking God.
You can't even message him.
Oh, come on.
That's funny.
God.
That's actually funny.
And again, I get it. Not only is he like, he's got the big shiny official thing, but...
All right, see ya, Barb.
Later.
Let's see. Let's get rid of that. We're transitioning to